right, we back at it. Chuck Dizzle, live and direct, man. Keeping it homegrown as always. Now, this right here, I know I start off with, yo, this is a pleasure, this is a treat. But this right here is like a full circle moment because when I say homegrown, man, this dude right here, I've seen him literally as an intern and growing and evolving over the years. And I want to get into the conversation, start off on his experience as an intern for Homegrown. We got C5. He is in the building with us right now. This is our first like one-on-one conversation, bro. We always see each other in passing. I've seen the career you've seen, what I've been doing over the years. We've seen each other turn into fathers. But I'm glad to have this conversation with you, brother, man. It's right on time, man. Thank you for being here first and foremost.
Oh man, thanks for having me, brother. It's an honor.
Yeah,
it's
man.
An honor, bro.
You have a new album. We're gonna talk about that. First of all, let the people know what the name of it is.
Yeah.
It's your 13th album. 13th.
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 Yeah, 13th album. God been good to me. Out now, C5. That from the other side.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah,
So
13 albums, bro.
When I first met you, you were intern, and Dorm Flow 2 had just dropped.
Dorm Flow 2.
Now, here's the crazy part about it. And I tell people this, but just for the record, since it's, first conversation, I didn't know you rapped. And you, as an intern, didn't tell me you rapped.
Yeah, I had never told you?
You never, I don't think you didn't tell. So that's why I want to get your perspective as an intern, you coming in and first of all, how you heard about us and how you applied and you getting in, because to my knowledge, you were Chris. You were Chris from Dominguez Hills that wanted to write on the website or wanted to intern, and we had you writing on the website, doing a couple of things, coming to the studio, seeing how the broadcast ran when we were doing it on Market Street in Inglewood. I had no idea that you rapped, right? And it wasn't a problem, but when I found out, I was like, oh, he dope. How come he didn't say nothing? And to my recollection, the conversation was just like, you were just like, I don't know. Like, it was just, you smooth C5. I don't know. It just never came up. Like, it's just what it was just normal. It was like, yo. But from that moment, I gained a lot of respect because to me, it felt like, yo, you were coming in and earning your weight. You were coming in providing value. You weren't coming in for a handout, right? So when I heard the music, and I was like, yo, this is incredible hearing Dorm Flow. I don't even think you had dropped the project yet.
I didn't drop.
I don't think you had dropped it
yet.
No, I don't think you had dropped it because you had Homegrown as a skit on there.
Yeah, on the second one, it might have been after, but I had the first one out.
You had the first one out, but is that on streaming platforms or anything?
The first one not even on streaming. It was on Dat Piff.
That's wild, bro.
Yeah.
So let's rewind, man. Tell us how it was for you as an intern coming into Homegrown. What was your mindset? Take us back to 2015 C5, 2016 C5 at the time.
So I got over there at 2015.
It had to be 2015.
I think it was maybe before that, bro.
Because we were at on Market Street 2014, 15-ish. We had just got to Market Street. And I know that because you, Lupe, and somebody else was interning around the same time.
Yeah.
And I believe
I think I was before Lupe.
You were before Lupe?
I was some time before Lupe came in,
Yeah, because I feel like Lupe was right before we got to the radio station, before we got to Real.
It might have for real been like maybe end of 2014 or something.
Well, either way, what was going on with C5 at that time, man?
Yeah, at that time, I was in college, fresh from Oakland.
Yep.
New environment. I ain't had no family in LA. Just trying to find my way. And then Groovy Liz.
Shouts out to Groovy Liz, man.
Shouts out to Groovy Liz, man. She had said she was up there doing work, and I don't know if she had sent me some interviews or something. And I was looking for an intern because like it was mandatory that we intern.
You had to get a
somewhere.
college. Yeah, exactly, for college.
Yeah, for college. And I also. Like, so I went up there a couple times, and, bro, it just felt like home, bro.
Yeah.
I remember I first came through, and you were just like, just keep pulling up, because before you just bring on an intern or anything like that, you want to just fill out the energy. Yeah. And I remember I just wasn't even worried, but I just wanted to be there. Yeah. I felt like I was looking for some community. and it just felt like home. I used to look forward to it. Was on Thursdays,
Thursday
right?
nights, yeah.
Bro, that's crazy because I used to look forward to them Thursdays, bro. Thursday my favorite day of the week.
Really?
Too.
That's random.
Yeah.
Was it always your favorite day, or was it because of that?
Man, bro, I think I discovered it was my favorite day like a couple years ago.
Really?
But yes, it was my favorite day. It's always been my favorite day of the week. It was the day I was born on too. I was born on a Thursday.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
So all these things linking up, figuring out like it feels like community, feeling like home.
It was dope, bro.
And you, so it wasn't an intentional thing to not come in and say you were an artist. Because did you even put that on your resume at the time when you were applying?
Nah, I remember at the time I didn't want to come in there saying I was an artist because I didn't want y'all to think that I was trying to get something from y'all. So I just kind of wanted to go in there as Chris because I know y'all getting that all the time. People trying to get on, and I wanted to come in and bring value, be a service, and learn and just be around good people, good energy, and y'all had that, bro. You always been super humble and just super welcoming, bro. You was hecka welcoming to me, bro, and it was just everybody. It just felt like family there, bro. Sparkle, Bliss, man. Head.
Yeah,
it was dope, bro.
I can't remember. I felt like I don't know if it was. Now you have me think, because I don't know if the project didn't drop. I had to have heard a song. I feel like I either heard All or Nothing or something from the album where I was like, oh damn, he's dope. You know what I mean? And I think we had that exchange, and again, you were just super like chill about it, like. Yeah, that it didn't matter because I'm here for an internship. So
how did you end up finding out?
That's the thing. We have so much music coming through. I want to say either Liz or I feel Sparkle told me. I'm like, what? Yeah, right. Play something. And then I heard. I'm like, oh, he hard.
All or Nothing. Yeah.
I was like, oh, he hard. Like that's dope. What's so funny is that All or Nothing like the way I consume music is completely different today. All or Nothing literally came on randomly in my shuffle like 2 months ago. And I want to say that same week, whenever you reached out and was like, hey, my listening session is coming up. I was like, what?
Man, I just got chills.
That is crazy. And I'm telling when I tell you, and not that it for nothing, but like it never pops up like that, right? You know, if I had to go to it and search it and listen, like it just randomly popped up. So that was another sign. I'm just like, man, I'm just so glad to see the evolution and what you've been through, what's going on. But I always just wondered that, like, from your perspective coming in, like, what your thought process was. Another moment I gained significant respect for you. We fast forward a couple of years, right? We get here at the station. And for those that don't know, a lot of radio stations, they're kind of phasing it out now, but radio station concerts were a big thing. You know what I mean? They still do it in multiple markets, but here in LA, they don't really have the radio station concerts. It's more like the festivals now. Rolling Loud has kind of absorbed all that, and stations hop on it or whatever, right? But at one point, we had the first real 92.3 show.
The real show. And this is, mind you, me and Head had gotten hired. He got me in. And I think this may have even been, it was right when Homegrown got onto Real 92.3. So now we're on, and we have a homegrown stage. It's a lot of stuff going on or whatever. But when they announced the show, they put out this PSA like, hey, if you want to open up, submit your information, blah, 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 blah. That was dope that they did that too.
Tons of people submitted it, right?
Pages.
Tons of people submitted to get in this thing. C5 wins.
Crazy.
Didn't even tell us. Didn't even say.
I tell
you didn't. No. We found out that you submitted, and we found out that you won. And I'm like, oh damn, that's dope. That he didn't even like. You could have easily like, hey, yo, look out from it. Nothing. I don't even know if you even realized that you didn't do that,
bruh.
At the time you submitted it, we found out you were the winner in real time. And I'm like, wait, C5? Wait, and I think you were still, I don't know if you were still interning or you had just got your credit or whatever, and you were done, but you still hanging around.
I still was coming. Remember, I was still coming,
Bro.
And then even when Head got here, I was doing stuff for Head still, and doing write-ups on the website.
My point is, it's like another pivotal moment where you earned it on your own. Like, and I don't know if you knew, we had nothing to do with you winning. Like, you won on your own merit.
That was crazy because I remember I went to submit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I remember seeing it was pages, like, and on each page it was probably like 5 rows or something, and it was probably 4 videos on each row.
Because you had to submit your work, and I don't even know if it was a voting process or what was going on at the time, and I believe it was to kind of qualify you to get into the runnings or whatever. I didn't even know you were submitted, to be honest. It was a lot of people that submitted tons of work, and you won. You opened up our very first real show. So you literally, outside of the homegrown stage, when people came into the forum that night, and we talking Drake and Kendrick that night. This is Drake. Drake popped up.
Drake popped up that night?
Kendrick headlined that show. Drake
real
popped
show?
up. Yeah, Drake popped up with Future.
That might have been a
Nope.
That might have been a different
Nope.
one.
The very first real show, bro. The very first one.
Because I remember it was Usher. Usher was the headliner. It was Usher, Chance, Tory Lanez. It was Bryson, Chris Brown, Big Sean,
and Kendrick.
Oh, swear.
Kendrick was the headliner.
That's crazy.
Kendrick was the headliner that year. It was our very first real show. That's the reason why it was like such a huge thing or whatever the case may be.
Damn, that's crazy.
So I mean, my point is just like, yo, that was just dope that that all that had happened, and I gained a lot more respect for you because again, here you had the opportunity to be like, yo, okay, I've networked with these cats. They know me. Hey, just look out for me. It wasn't even a hey, pick me type situation. It could have been an easy like, hey, y'all submitted. Can you just see what the like? None of that. And the fact that you won on your own merit, that shit was fire. So again, salute to you on that. Understanding the idea of providing value, doing it off your own strength, on your own muscle, man. What I want to talk to you about.
Hey, real quick before you go into that, I want to know like what do you remember of me from that time when I was interning? Like what was I like, or like
It's funny that you say that, because you captured it perfectly on Dorm Flow 2. You were the type where it was like you would come in and handle your business, but you was also like, oh, look at see Father flirt over there. Like he over there, like he okay, all right, I see you. You here to do your work, but I see you over there. Okay.
I used to be trying to get on
talking to the ladies, man. I was like, okay, he a ladies man for sure. And you let it be known, like, okay, yeah, this is what I do. You know what I mean? But very professional. It wasn't in a way where it's like, oh man, he doing too much. It was just like, okay, yeah, he's doing what he needs to do.
That skit is hilarious.
Yo, but it kind of it wrapped you up perfectly, because that's how I remember. But I always remembered you being mild-mannered, being respectful, never overstepping your boundaries, but always willing to work too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it was important for, I'm always welcoming and always opening my doors, but I would always tell people like, yo, man, just keep showing up. Like, there's a gang of people that come through, but how are you going to stand out? And without me having to tell you that, you kind of were already doing it. So I use you as an example when I talk to people about internships and how to network, and knowing when it's time to move on, and just figuring out the next step, and constantly evolving. And it's just one of those things where it's respectful, you know what I'm saying? And it's appreciated, because you don't really see it too often in this business. And when you do it, to me, it stands out like a sore thumb. It's like, yeah, man, he's going to go places. It was no doubt in my mind that you were going to be where you are right now. And it kind of gets to my point in terms of like building community. One of the things that I was super impressed about is with Dorm Flow 2, you already had a huge following. You had already had the Dorm Flow, community. You were already popping at Cal State Dominguez. So I want to know how you kind of develop that sense of building that community somewhere that's not even home. You know what I'm saying? And you can talk about your college experience too, because I feel like that has a lot to do with it. But I feel like you built that community, and you already kind of had like that awareness for people that were looking forward to Dorm Flow 2, based off of what you had did with Dorm Flow 1, and the fact that Dorm Flow, like the the branding was already there. You were
Yeah.
like ahead of your time in terms of like building a community. Everything that we have now in terms of community, everybody's it's a hot button word now, but it's like you were doing that early on. So
Mm.
I want you to kind of get into that. How was that important? Why was it important? When did you realize like, oh damn, I got something here?
Man, to be honest, bruh, it wasn't even like a intentional thing, bruh. I think it just happened, bruh.
Really?
It kind of just unfolded.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I got the shirt. Like I literally was just going to class and going to the dorm. I didn't even put heck of thought into the name. I was just like, all right, dorm flow.
That's just what it's gonna
And
be.
then and everybody just like they
Gravitated
liked
to
that.
it.
Yeah, even people who wasn't in college, they was just on the dorm floor. They liked it. And then the music matched up with the product, and everybody wanted some product. And then I was just I was just pushing a hard line, and I was taking advantage of that platform, that school. Like
Mm-hmm.
school is it's like a great platform to push your artistry. And yeah, I was just doing that, Brett, and it got to, or I was asking, like asking it shall be given. Like, hey,
Yeah.
can I open up this show? Like, y'all got a show, and can I open it up?
Yeah.
So they let me open up the show. I brought more people than the headliner that they had.
Wow.
Then the next show, they paying me
Get
to
outta here.
perform and headline
In college?
in college. While I'm in college, like I'm fresh out of class,
Yeah.
about to go do a show on the campus that they paying me to do. And then it was like, man, can I? How can I get this in the bookstore?
Yeah.
Become a vendor, or I'm a vendor now, or now we selling it in the bookstore. It
Bro.
was crazy, bro. I still think about them times and get inspired. Like I was like, bro, I was doing heck of stuff. I had a job. I had the intern. I had like 7 classes. Then I'm doing the music. I'm like, that boy C5 back then was a different. He was different, bro. He
Yeah,
was
man.
grinding. So I look at that and I be inspired by my past. But yeah, it just happened really organically, bro.
It's so funny when I go back and think about those times and you say, man, what do you remember? Also, after hearing the project, I was like, oh, this is a different version. It felt like a reincarnated C5 or a new version because the stuff that you were talking about, you were very intentional about, turning your life around and not doing the things that you had been doing. And that wasn't even the C5 that I was even privy to knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like street life and all that, right? And it seems like you turned over a new page. And I don't know, you can tell me, was college the thing that changed for you? Like to say, okay, you know what? I got to turn over a new leaf. I got to not do the things that I had been doing. Or was it throughout college that kind of made you say, damn, I got to, figure out a new path for myself?
You talking about on this new
I'm
album?
talking about back then because
Oh,
there's
yeah.
even more, and we'll get into even more evolution because there's even more layers that we can peel back. But even that, I'm saying that because it's like this is a recurrent theme for yourself. You're constantly shedding your old skin and getting new skin, shedding your old skin, getting new skin. But I've noticed that even from jump, like listening to, and this is from Dorm Flow too, was like, oh damn, I didn't hear Dorm Flow once, so I had no. I don't know any songs from that project or anything prior to that. But I'm listening to you talk about running from the cops and selling this, and you know what I mean. Like I'm like, oh damn, that's totally that's not Chris. You know what I'm saying? So take me how you left that to come to that point to Dorm Flow 2.
Yeah, man, bro, like it really be God. It be like moments like that, bro. Like how you said with the building the community, and then just how I went from like in the streets, like really in the streets, bro. Like in a gang, in a revered gang, bro. And to go from that to college and like in the snap of a finger was crazy to me, bro.
Was it received well from people that had knew you? Did they say, oh man, that's on brand for him, or they were like, what is it?
To go to college?
Yeah, to go to college, to you know what I mean, like turn over a new leaf.
That's a good question.
because again, we're seeing you for the first time. All I know is Chris, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, Chris, Kelsey Dominguez. Okay, yeah, you seem like a cool dude, like
Yeah.
mild mannered or whatever. I don't know this other guy that he's he's not rapping ads, but talking about like you're leaving
Yeah.
that shit behind. So
Mhm.
for people that knew you back then, do
Mhm.
they look at that moment, that initial change, right? Were they like, oh, this makes sense for him. I'm glad he's doing this, or oh, bruh, tripping.
Oh, I definitely. It's crazy because the same person that, because I was ready to be like, I got the acceptance letter, from Dominguez, and I remember talking to the big homie in the hood that I looked up to and
Mm.
kind of ran up under. I was like, hey, bruh, hey, I got this acceptance letter. I could go to college, bruh, but hey, like, I'm ready to thug it out with y'all. I said something like that
Wow.
along those lines. Like, I'm ready. Like, what you think I should do? And he was like, hey, bruh, go to school. Everybody in the clique can't be dumb. Bruh, that was crazy.
Life
When he
changing right
said
there.
that. Yeah. And I was like, wow. I think I was gonna go anyway, but I
Yeah.
was probably testing him.
Damn, dude.
But so he said that, and I was like, oh, cool. I got the green light. All right, cool. Because I already knew it wasn't no future in that, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, I think I just did that to, be accepted. I didn't have a man. Like, my pops wasn't around.
Yeah.
So, you see these men in the streets, they respect it, and you like, oh, I got to do this.
Yeah.
All right, say less.
Yeah.
So I got into that, but so yeah, then I left, and the same person that told me that, like, kind of in my first semester, kind of flipped on me,
Wow.
which was interesting. But I think it was just like protection,
Mm-hmm.
and but yeah, bro, like right when I left, I lost my best friend. He had got killed, and then a lot of the other homies that I was in the streets with, they had went to jail. Some of them still locked up. Yeah, so that was a blessing, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, God it's like, man, that's when I was like, man, God real. He really with me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then, I got to college, and I'm still got these waves with me. I'm on campus. Bro, I remember being on campus. I'm sagging hecka low. People in the student union, like, I remember this, like, women telling me, pull your pants up. And I'm just hecka reserved. I was real, like, shy back then, and just, yeah, it's like I'm coming from like a whole new environment. I don't know nobody here.
Yeah.
So I would just go to class, go to my dorm, record. I was just recording. I remember I dropped the first album, the first mixtape I dropped was called Five-Matic. And I was kind of making that when I was in the streets, and it was like a New York gritty sound.
Yeah.
And then it didn't really translate when I dropped that. But then, I'm in LA, I'm having the LA experience. I'm popping out.
Yeah.
And Dorm Flow came, so it sounded more West Coast, the first Dorm Flow.
Yeah.
So I remember being a custodian in the student union.
Crazy.
I pressed up all the CDs, and I was just passing out the CDs to hecka quiet, but hey, check my music out, out. And that was kind of my way, how I like acquire friends and like notoriety, because like people would come back after they listened to it, like, bro, that was hard.
That was
like,
you,
that
man.
was hard.
Yeah.
So then the merch came, and then I got in trouble. Because I shot a video in the dorms. It was kind of turned up. People were smoking in there, and it was drinking. And then it got back to the vice president of the school. So they was about to kick me out. But then it was two vice presidents. One of them, he was like on my side, like, because he run this program called the Male Success Alliance. Shout out, man, I don't know why I'm black. Dr. Franklin. Shout out Dr. Franklin. And he just kind of advocated for me. And I was able to stay on probation. And then during that probation, I ended up getting a job helping the youth at like Bethune Middle School in South Central. And at Fremont, I became a mentor. And being a mentor, that's what changed my music. That's why Dorm Flow 2 was like a refined version, a more mature version, more clean version of C5. Because Dorm Flow 1, it was kind of, I was talking crazy. Yeah, I was talking crazy on there. But yeah, and then when I did that, it was like Dorm Flow 2 really blossomed, bro. That's when I started headlining at the college. It's like they went from kicking me out to paying me to perform.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, It was a blessing, bro.
Talk about what happens after that, because you would think that from there, not necessarily that you made it, but it's like, oh damn, I've figured it out. I figured out my community. I've networked with the right people.
Yeah.
I'm headlining shows, getting paid for some of them, right?
Yeah.
But
At different colleges, all the other CSUs too, not just Dominguez. I was
yeah,
at LB, I was at Northridge,
so I'm saying like
LA. I was going crazy.
you've hit a certain level of success, but do you feel fulfilled in those moments? When is the next evolution of C5 happen after that, and what did you go through to kind of get past it?
Yeah. So yeah, after I graduated college, there was these managers that wanted to manage me, but they was in Atlanta, and bro, I'm buzzing in LA
Yeah.
in the Bay. I'm going crazy. But they convinced me. They said they had these plays and they had relationships, but they was in Atlanta and they wanted me to move out there. And at the time, I kind of was wasn't really financially stable, and I had this job on the table that I had. It was I met this dude. I was Ubering, and I met this dude. He worked at this ad agency, and I submitted a resume. They was ready to take me on. I was gonna be on salary,
Wow.
but it was gonna be like a 9 to 5. So it was between doing that or going to Atlanta and you know what I'm saying, be with these managers. I took the leap of faith. I was like, hey man, I'm gonna go to Atlanta
That's right.
and see what
You
it's
did
talking
leave
about
for a little bit. Yeah.
So I went out to Atlanta, bruh, and I learned a lot out there. I learned a lot, but I don't think that's where I was supposed to be. And I feel like I kind of lost traction here, but I also think it was probably protection, bruh, because I probably just wasn't all the way ready for what was about to happen. Yeah.
I mean, but I also think that you've learned how to thrive in different environments. You from the Bay, that in itself, hustle culture, like you learn the game from the Bay, right? You apply that out here in LA, you the glitz and glams, and you rubbing shoulders with the right people. You still learning your hustle. You learning to build community. You go out there to the A. What do you feel like the best things, the best lessons that you learned out there while thrive? Even though it didn't quote unquote work out, right? You came back. What did you learn from that experience being in Atlanta?
Yeah. I mean, I made a lot of great relationships. Opened up for a lot of dope artists, but I feel like I kind of, I was being swayed to make a certain type of music. Like I'm like they was trying to get me to make music for the strip club. I was like, that's not really me. Like,
Right.
And I did it. I tried it, which was good because now I can see like, all right, I tried it. I know this isn't for me, so I'm gonna stay in my lane and what I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, it taught me a lot of what not to do, but I learned some good things too, like building relationships with the DJs and stuff, and yeah, bro, it taught me to stay true to me for real, bro.
When is the last time you completely lost your shit? Like just not lost yourself, but like lost control in the sense of like I've never seen you mad.
Oh, you never seen me mad?
I've never seen you, but I know you enough, and I know I have this type of quality as well.
Yeah,
you don't make people like us mad, and if you do, everybody knows like if you make that person mad, something's wrong with you. Yeah. So when is the last? If there's a time that you can recall, when is the last time you just kind of like got outside of yourself that you like, damn, that's not even my character, but damn, I got pushed to the line? Because you always see like somebody that is really good and controlled and not that can't get knocked off your square in that sense.
Man, thank you, bro. Thank you. It's been with women.
Really?
Yeah. Like people like my mom or like women I was dealing with. That's really has been the only time I really lost it, where I was like, nah, this ain't it, bro.
And why do you think that is? Is it based off of like past trauma? Like why is that the determining factor?
Man, that's a great question. And that's what I've been unpacking for the past like 8 months, 8-9 months. I think, I feel like if you keep putting yourself in the fire, bro. You gonna get burned. So if I didn't set up good enough boundaries to I didn't set the proper boundaries to not allow myself to get to that point with certain people, or I would overextend myself. I would overcompensate to like make someone else happy. They wouldn't be happy. People, yeah. You can say that, yeah. And then
in those situations,
and that would build resentment. Putting myself last, not putting myself first, putting somebody else on a pedestal, and then leaving myself down here, and it not being appreciated. So that build resentment, and then resentment turning to anger, and the anger is expressed in rage. So I would say, bro.
I mean, I applaud you for being like holding yourself accountable in that sense, because I know it's not an easy thing. Like I said, I don't like the person I become when I get outside of myself, and it's it's happened a while. Like it hasn't happened in a while, but it's like when it does happen, I don't feel good about it. So I know that having to look at yourself in the mirror, like, God, man, damn, like why did I allow this to happen? But I mean, I think that's what I've kind of learned about you throughout the years. Is like you're a disciplined individual, right? Even from jump. Like I remember you was not eating meat. Like you was like on your vegan tip early. So I was like, damn, applying these disciplines, and you were always searching, and you still always are searching for the higher self, the best version of yourself, and that's
the other side.
The other side, man. And talk about why that's important to incorporate that into the brand, but still kind of figuring this out. Like even with this, you're still not going to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Still not going to be perfect, but you're always constantly pulling back these layers to figure out how can I be the best version of myself, man. Where does that come from?
Yeah, man. Where does the ambition come to be my best self?
Yeah.
Man, that's a great question, bro. I love growing, bro. Like I just love getting better, bro. I'm addicted to it, bro. And then I love, like, I feel like I'm like this science experiment, bro, and I'm be trying to figure myself out, bro. So like even in the moments where the not so proud moments, I got so much out of that, bro. Like I learned a lot. Like now I know I know how to never get there again.
Right.
But that's sometimes it take that. Sometimes you gotta go there to never go back.
Right.
You gotta what I say in the song. I said you gotta do some wrong in life to know wrong from right.
Damn.
Yeah. So, but yeah, bro. I just I want to be remembered. Like I say on the album, I want to be remembered, bro, and I want people to remember me in a good light, bro. I wanna have an impactful like legacy, bro, and to do that, bro, I gotta be my best self, bro, and I want to make God happy, bro. Man, I've noticed when I'm proud of myself, it's because God is proud of me.
Yeah.
So like when I control my emotions, I feel proud of myself because I know He proud of me. And when I'm doing healthy things to stay spiritually right, and I'm treating people right, I'm treating people good, I feel good about that, bro. And I feel like people gonna remember that. People gonna be like, man, C5, bro, he was always like had a good energy to him, always kind, looked me in the eyes when he talked to me, always said he loved me,
right?
Even though I couldn't say it back, he always still said it, like stuff like that, bro. I want people to remember that. Like I want the waiter to remember, like, man, he called me by my name, right. Like he was so nice,
you're present,
respectful. Yeah, bro.
What's funny is that when you said that at the the listening party, amazing turnout, amazing people, man. I love that you opened up that space as well, man. Shout out to Rockefeller. You open up that space to let other artists get on first before doing your presenting your project to the people, right? And as you're performing that song, you want to be remembered. All I can think to myself is like, but you already doing that. Like everybody, especially from that room, people that had you had met a couple of days before, maybe even that same day that pulled up and literally showed you and gave you your flowers in real time. I'm like, everything that he wants to be remembered by and for, I feel like those that know you, even and that come in contact with you, they could hold that mirror up and say, no, yeah, he is that. He is that.
I want to live forever, bro. Like even when I'm not here, bro.
I think that what's changed, I feel like we all knew that early, right? But I feel like what kind of sparked that change for more of the world to kind of tap into that are the I believe was it the Roses Project, when you were giving showing love on social media, and that like really took off, right? You giving people their flowers and doing that in a version of a rap. I don't know how often you were dropping them. I don't know if it was weekly or monthly, but you would pick people to do these raps for. And tell me from your perspective, I feel like we all knew you were dope, right? People that were close to you, your community, but for the first time, it felt like when it started going viral and the world started seeing it in that sense, that's when more people, I feel like you were making an impact to people that you might not have necessarily tapped into early on, if that makes sense, right? Like, okay, you use Tabitha Brown, for example. You post a song about her, she posted, and now people are like, damn, who is this kid, right? And they go back and look at your catalog and check you out, and now the world is seeing how dope you are. Not that you need the validation, but I feel like it helps as well to have that light shined on you. Talk about those moments, man, and what kind of made you navigate into that space and do that, because I feel like that was a good it was great marketing, but I also feel like that it came across as being authentic. It wasn't like, hey, let me just do this for views and likes. It felt like, for me, I felt like, oh no, that's C5. Like that's him for sure. You know what I'm saying? It just happened to take off and people are reposting it, but that's literally him. You know what I'm saying? And then you rinse and repeat it and keep it going, and you showing that gratitude and showing that love. And I just thought that was just an amazing display of like who you are and your character. And I love when viral moments like that happen for people, when they are their authentic selves. You know what I'm saying? So talk to me about that moment for you when it happened, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna keep this thing going for however long I feel like going, and what you got out of that, and what you learned about yourself.
What I learned about myself, man. That's fire. It's a great questions, bro. And you said what it do for me?
Yeah, what it do for you, man? Because you say you want to be remembered for all these things.
So all right, and I want to make some clarity, bring some clarity on that. Like when I say I want to be remembered, I want to live forever. Like it ain't really even about me, bro. It's just about like the character. Like I want to be the example for somebody. Like, hey, bro, you could live a lit life and you could be cool, pushing positivity. Right. Like positivity is player too, bro.
Yeah.
Like positivity is player. Like if it ain't positivity, it's poverty, bro. So you could, you know what I'm saying? You could lift people up, like Tabitha Brown, all these people that's in the world doing their thing. You could do that. You could spread love and light, and it still be cool. Yeah. You still be respected. So that's more so what it's for. I want to inspire the generation that's coming after me, where they don't gotta think they gotta, I gotta do this like
this way.
Yeah, not like, nah, you could be yourself, bro.
Yeah.
I want people to I want to inspire people to be themselves. But with the Tabitha Brown and like the Taraji and stuff, bro, just the seed was planted, like, oh, you should do this, and it just my spirit was just like, oh yeah, that was like a no brainer. And then I seen what it did. Like, not only did it touch the person that I made the song for, but it touched all they people, and it was just dope to, like, people be crying. You know what I'm saying? Like it was dope to see that, and get them they flowers, because I know when you on this grind, you just in it, and you not really taking a lot of time to sit back and look at the harvest and process it because you still on go. So I feel like a song like this make people like a tribute to make people like, where like he laid it all out. Damn, like I did all that.
Yeah.
And you really get to soak in, and you get your flowers, and not while it's why you here.
Mm-hmm.
Not when you already gone. And then I noticed it also build relationships, like community. I don't even have I don't be having no expectations when I do it, like, oh, I'm doing this because I wanna get on their show, or like, nah, like I just do it out the love of my heart. But you know, if something does come from it, that's dope, and things have, and then other times it hasn't, which is cool. But I know it build like it build community, and then, you know, I like I said at Homegrown, ever since Homegrown, like I love that community, bro. Yeah,
And that's what I got from it, from being on the other side of it, looking at it. I think I remember when I first caught wind of like some of the stuff going viral. I think Tosh hit me. Hey man, C5, you see this man tablet? Because she was heavy in the tablet brunch. She's like, yo, C5. I was like, that don't surprise me at all, And I'm glad that the world is waking up. You know what I'm saying, to who this dude is. And again, from maybe because I know you, but I'm just like, it doesn't come across as like a marketing tactic. Now, of course, you can, you know, utilize it and like you said, boost it to what it's supposed to be. But it didn't, from my side, it didn't come across. It was like, oh, that's just C5 being C5, and the world is seeing that. So I think that's just an amazing thing.
I also learned too that because you know you get a bunch of followers and all that. I also learned that like like you would think you'd be oh, I got all these followers. It was just right. It was regular. It was regular, and I don't know if that was because it was a product of like, man, I've been putting in this work. It feel right. Like I should have all these followers, or it was just like, you know, that like that's not the thing. Like that's not gonna it's not gonna fulfill you. Like I was grateful for it, but I wasn't like super, you know, like it's funny, or just even all the comments, all the like love. It's really about what you think about yourself, because like a million people could tell you you're amazing, but if you're not really feeling that within yourself.
Ooh, wait. Unpack that real quick. Say that again, dog. You saying having those viral moments, having people like and follow, and this is your craft, by the way. So it's like, it's something as an artist you take serious. You're saying that with even those likes and those loves, if you're not internally feeling that, it don't mean a damn thing.
It don't, bro. A million people could tell you worthy. A million people could tell you amazing, you gifted, you talented, you're deserving. But if you're not feeling that within yourself, bro, you're not gonna feel it.
Were you feeling like that?
I was.
Really?
At that time, I was. That's why it was so crazy. It was like that time. It was like the most successful time of my life, or like it was like one of the best times of my life, because I'm finally getting the recognition. But it was also like mentally like one of the worst times of my life, bruh.
Was it because of the attention, or you said you just felt like something wasn't right internally within yourself?
I think it was it was I wasn't around like my people, bruh. I was around a lot of people that I thought was for me, bruh.
Right.
But nah, bruh. And I was just kind of like losing myself within that. And you know, I was in a relationship that wasn't the best. So I was fighting like a lot of spiritual warfare at the time, bro.
Because even on the outside, and that's again me knowing you from the outside, it was like, oh damn, like you said, yes, finally getting this moment, finally getting the attention. Yeah. I will say this. I saw you at a time, and I'm peeping from a distance. Yeah. I probably don't tap in like I probably should, but I seen from a distance, and I stay away from the messy shit too, because that's just not my character or whatever. But I saw you at a time where, within this time period that you're talking about, a lot of people going at you for who you were dating, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the grace that you had dealing with that, I it when I tell you just levels of respect, I gained a lot more respect for you in that moment too, because it's like I know it's not easy to deal with, right? And then so here we are now, when I again seeing you at the party, realizing that you guys weren't together. I'm just like, damn. So you did all this shit,
Went to bat for
went
her.
to bat,
Yeah.
and then and again, you don't have to get into the situation. I'm not even here to talk about that, but that was kind of disheartening. It's like, dude, you put again. I don't know the situation, but you went to war from what I saw for this person, and it's just unfortunate that whatever happened, the circumstances didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? And it just made me like, damn, man, like I don't like when bad things or not the best things happen to great people. You know what I'm saying? And now the best of this situation, you got a son out of the situation, right?
Yeah.
I know that's
I got
an amazing
a lot more
thing.
than that too, though.
You got a lot more than that, but I'm just from what I relate to, right?
Yeah.
As a father, right? Seeing you now going from intern to artist, developing, figuring this thing out, and now this is another layer to yourself. While you're figuring yourself out, you're becoming a father. So I know that had a lot to do with this next level and what we see in this album as well. You got the son Noah on the album. Like, talk about where C5 is today as a father, as somebody that's gotten through this situation, probably still dealing with it. You know what I mean? But becoming a better man, becoming a father. You know, where's C5 at today, bro?
Yeah. Man, I definitely feel like I'm on the other side of a lot of that stuff, bruh. And man, I'm just so proud of myself, bruh. Just like even from when I was going to bat for the mother of my child when they was attacking her about the race and stuff, like even how I handled that to the split. Bro, I'm just proud of I didn't even know I was this strong, bro. Yeah. Like I gained a lot of wisdom from it. And it really showed me that like bro, you always gonna be good, bro. Yeah. Like you might have in your head, or like we might be in these situations where be like, man, it be feeling like it's the end of the world, or it's gonna be the end of the world. And I was feeling like that, and then my deepest fears happened, and I'm still thriving, I'm still here, yeah. I'm still going, bro.
Shout out to Sentimental too. Still winning.
Still winning, bruh. So it just showed me that, nah, bruh, like the worst things that ever happened to me was the best things that could ever happen to me, bruh. It all come back full circle. Like, oh, I went through that because to get this, to gain this muscle right here, to get better in this avenue. I just be flipping every negative into a positive. Like every burden is just a blessing in disguise, bro. Man. So yeah, man, I'm just grateful, bro. I'm grateful to be a father, bro. I feel like I still got a lot of love too. Like I don't know, I got this thing in me, bro, where no matter how many like people could hurt me or whatever the case may be, like I'm still open, bro. I'm not closed off. I got more discernment now, but I'm never like this. I'm never closed off. I'm going to still be myself. I'm not going to let how this person treated me or what they did to me, like, close me off from receiving the love that's for me over here. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, because the way people, treat you is just a reflection of how they treat themselves, bro. So.
Well, I mean, when I hear this album, I hear a celebration of that.
Celebrate, yeah, that's what this is.
It's literally a celebration, bro. I don't want people hearing this to. I'm not trying to make this a down moment at all. I hear this as a celebration, man. You've been going through some things, and you've made it on the other side of that. And you hear that in the album, you see that from you in person, bro. You know what I'm saying? You get that energy, you get that exchange. And I'm just proud of you, man. I'm glad to see you still here, still thriving, and I'm excited to see what's next. You know what I'm saying? 13 more albums. Like, what does the future hold for C5, man? Because I feel like it's only up,
Yeah, it's only up, man. We packing out stadiums. We giving back to the youth, bruh, taking care of the elders. And we gonna still push the line for this generation too, bruh. We just gonna keep going, bro. We gonna keep getting better. We gonna keep growing. We gonna keep reaching back to the people that brought me up the ladder. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just keep spreading this love, shining this light, bruh. Keep honoring the Most High, and yeah, bruh. I don't know what the I have an idea of what the future hold, but I know the Most High, bruh. He got something probably I can't even fathom, bruh. So yeah, bro. I'm gonna just keep going, man, and yeah, shout out the mother of my child, man. Like, it's love. Yeah. It's all love, bro. And shout out my son. And yeah, I like talking about the trials. Yeah. Like, I ain't mad at like talking about like no down moments. Like, nah, cause it's people need to hear this, bro. A lot of people is down right now, bro.
That kind of leads me into one of my next questions too, in terms of like somebody that's hearing this right now that's in the thick of it, in that moment of like things on the outside could look up, but internally I'm it just ain't it. When I wake up, I'm not feeling it. Like I go through moments of, okay, this feels cool, but now I feel knocked back down. Like, how do you talk to somebody in that moment? What do you tell them? Because it seems like, you can hear these songs and hear, the title of these records. That sounds great, right? But some people are really fighting, and I know this. Like, some people are really fighting that. So how do you reach back and break through the noise to lift that person up? What advice would you give somebody that's in the thick of it right now?
Man, that's a good question, bro. What advice would I give somebody that's in the thick of it? I would tell them, man, first, if I was with them, I'd be like, man, you want to pray? Say a prayer. I don't really like giving advice, bro, but I'd tell them, everything is temporary. Everything is temporary, bro. It's not going to be like this forever. And
what do you feel?
Just keep going. I told I was talking to the little homie today because he wanted to come to my release party, and he was like, man, I wanted to come, bro, but I just been dealing with a lot of problems, bro. It's a lot of stuff going on, but I'm gonna be back. And then the Most High put it on my spirit to, I sent him a voice message. I was like, hey, bro, don't let the problems in your life, bro, like, don't let them stop you from being in your purpose. Like, you got to persevere through them problems. Still work. Still create through it, bro. Like, that's the beautifulest things come out of when you still stand steadfast, bro. Yeah. The enemy wants you to be like, oh, I got all these problems. Let me stop. Let me stop pushing this issue. Let me stop making this music. Let me stop coming to the radio show because I'm just not into. Like, nah, bro. Yeah. Persevere through it, bro, and you're going to be proud of yourself, bro.
You do understand, and I'm just pushing back on a little. You do understand that even hearing that sometimes that's just hard. That's hard for some people to like. Yeah.
But the problems never gonna go away. So if you wait for them to go away, you're gonna be waiting forever. Yeah. It's always gonna be
something.
It's always gonna be something, bro.
Yeah.
So now it'd be like it's just almost like the problems make this thing fun. It make it interesting, bro. It make it interesting. Like,
see, it's like a game to you at that point then, right?
Yeah, like we wouldn't even be able to. Yeah, this whole thing is a game. We wouldn't be able to really chop it up if I ain't had no problem. Like, what we had to talk about? What would I have to rap about?
Right.
Who could I connect to?
That is true. What story would you tell?
Bro, that's what I've been telling myself since I was younger. It's adding to the story. My documentary gonna be lit. My like documentary, that. What, bro? I'm gonna inspire so many people with all the stuff that I've been through, bro, that they can relate to. It's like, oh yeah, I'll be like, this just adding to the story. When I when they didn't select me for the Netflix thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the rhythm and flow. Yeah.
Man, hey, this just adding to the story.
Mm-hmm.
When I am where I'm going,
Mm-hmm.
people gonna see that like, oh man, C5, he lost that show, but he kept going, and now look at him, man. Yeah. I just took this L. I should keep going.
And lessons, you say every L was just a lesson. Now I'm teaching with the pain.
Wait, which one was that?
Lessons.
Lessons on someone with advice.
Mm-hmm.
What say?
So every L was just a lesson. Now I'm teaching with the pain.
Damn, that's what I said.
Come see, C5 don't even know his goddamn lyrics.
Wait, could you go like a couple bars up?
Nope, so that's all I got. That's all I got.
I'm teaching with the pain. Hey, man, pain, it give you purpose, bro. Yeah. Pain give you purpose, bro. So, but it's your choice.
Yeah.
You could let that pain stagnate you, and you could just sit in it and complain about it, or you could use it, bro. Mm-hmm. You could use it.
I like that.
I like that. In the pain.
I like that because I think you really hit on it dead on. You gonna go through the shit anyway. It's never gonna stop. Even when you win, and even when you get the accolades, even when you get the success, it ain't gonna stop. So why just wallow in it? Why just sit there and continuously just get beat up? You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it adds to the story. I love that, and I think that is something people can use while they're in the thick of it. Like, because I know it gets difficult, but that is some tangible advice for somebody that can like really hold on to.
Yeah, that's why I don't be feeling sorry for nobody no more, bro. I don't feel sorry for myself. Like, we all going through something, bro. Yeah. Like, you know, some people definitely got it worse than others, but it's like, man, it's a gift, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a gift that my pops wasn't around when I needed him the most. Yeah. Now I could be there for my now I could give that to somebody else. So that was like a gift, bro. Yeah. Like, it was a gift that I didn't have a big homie around to show me the game. Mm-hmm. Now I could gift that to Big 40.
Yeah,
bro.
Shouts out to 40 too, man. Yeah,
now I could be that for Big 5 because I wish I had. So it bring me so much joy to have Big 40, bring him here to Real 92, show him something different, because I wish somebody would have did that for me. But instead of complaining about it like, man, why nobody did that for me? Yeah. I'm going to go do it for somebody.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. As a father, and I got to ask this because this is my first time getting a chance to ask you for some dad advice, man. What dad advice as a father would C5 give not only myself, but other dads out there that you've learned as a father? Maybe you can tie into some things that you wish you would have got from your father, and the things that you're pouring into Noah as well.
Oh, man, it's a new one right here. Man, my dad advice would be, bruh, don't stop chasing your dreams and your aspirations just because you a father. Like, nah, make it work. You can make it work, bruh. Ooh. Yeah, because if you stop doing what your heart is calling you to do, you showing your son, you showing your daughter, you showing your kids that, bruh. So you still got to put you first. You know what I'm saying? He definitely, you know what I'm saying, like, take care of your son, take care of your seed, but bruh, never stop taking care of you and your dreams and your aspirations.
Yeah, no, that's major. Yeah, that's major. My sons are at the phase now where they're razor sharp looking at everything. Even things that I don't say or don't do, they're paying attention to it. Like, even Charles the other day, he said, "But you did it." Oh shit. Okay, you paying. Oh, but you didn't do it. Oh, you're right, son. All right, bet. And it can be it doesn't have to be super deep. It's just that they're paying attention. They are looking. So I love that you said that, because you hear and I hear this all the time with people. They say, man, and it's nothing wrong. I echo the same sentiment of being present with your kids and making sure you're there, but don't give up on the thing that you love to do just for this all by itself, because once you're in it, that's great. But then what are you showing them? What's that other thing that you're doing? What's that extracurricular thing? Like, if they don't see that, it's like, oh, okay, I can just sit up and not do anything too. Be just like that. It's like, just be careful with it, man. It's that fine line of course, be present. Of course, make sure you're there. But I love that you say that because they have to see that fire in your eye. They got to see that passion. They got to see, oh man, yo, Pops was getting it. Like he got up and I saw him, pressing up these shirts, or you know what I'm saying. Like I saw him get on the stage, or like I know my Pops is tired. He got up and still did this anyway. It's that fire. And it's ultimately we do that not only for ourselves but for them as well. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So I'm so glad like you still on it, bro.
I'm trying, bro. I'm on it. I get more fuel every time I talk to different fathers as well, because it just adds on to my artillery belt, man. That's why I always ask that, because it's like, okay, I can add on to that ammo. I can continue to do the same thing. You know what I mean? Apply the same knowledge that somebody else has gotten. So I appreciate you, man. I'm proud of you. Continue going up, man. This is just one of many conversations, bro. And I'm glad we finally got a chance to make it full circle, man.
Yeah, this was dope.
Anything else you want to tell the people, bro, before we get up out of here, man? Go on to plug the project one more time. How they can get it, what you got coming up, merch, all that, bro.
Or before I go into that, man, I just want to, Big 40, you want to get on the mic and say something, bro?
Say something, 40. 40, what up?
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Yo, 40, where are you from? How did you meet C5? And how is he as a big homie?
So, the thing is, grew up all around the West Coast. Just, man, coming out of Section 8 gates, just poverty, man, just everywhere, honestly. Just never really having a stable place. So, eventually, I ended up being in the Valley because my mom didn't, she didn't want this environment for me no more. So I came to the Valley. I was like, doing my thing out there. I met some cool people, and started really taking like initiative into making music. So eventually I was doing a performance, and C5 was performing there too. So it was cool because I was looking at everybody. I was like, man, I'm gonna try to outperform everybody.
As you should.
Make sure you talking to Mike.
And what happened was, I seen like the third. I think it was like the third, or it was someone that was after me, and it was C5. And it's funny because I seen C5's videos before, but it didn't really click that it was C5. But we chopped it up over there, and we had a good conversation. So yeah,
that's good, man. I love the fact that it's coming full circle, man. Like you're saying, you're providing what you felt like, not even like felt like you should have had, but you're filling the void for that person, the things that you didn't necessarily get when you come up. So you're pouring into other individuals, man. Like 40. What stood out about 40 to you to say, man, this is somebody that I do want to pour into?
Man, he was respectful. What you say, mild mannered. It's just I just seen his light. He's receptive. He listen. He want to be better, bro. He want to get better. That's what I really like, and I see that. I see me and him. Yeah, for real. Yeah. So, like I said, it's like me not having somebody like that in my life was a gift that now I could give. Yeah. And it's a gift that he's in my life for me to get that fulfillment, to be able to give, bro. All this stuff, all the wisdom and all the stuff that I've been through, and
if you could save some
show
years,
him something different.
If you could save some years in his journey, that's what it's for too. Exactly. You can keep him from going to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Save him a journey or two. I always ask this question. We'll close it out with this, man. The year can't end without C5 doing what? What are some things that you got? I don't want to say bucket list, but like, what are some things that you just like you got your eyes set on right now that you're like, the year can't end without me doing this, making this happen?
Overcoming the porn.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a whole different goddamn conversation, man.
Yeah, no, that's the top goal right now, bro. Yeah.
You over there struggling?
Man, it be a struggle sometimes, for sure. Like I've been doing great. yeah, I have like I go on spurts and then I slip up.
You relapsing
But
over here. Over there relapsing.
but I feel like I got more power over it now than it got over me. But I've had plenty of fails. I've been at it since like September last year.
Word.
Yeah, and I've had many fails, bro. But I feel like I have more power over it now than it has over me.
So
bro.
now I can't let you go without you provide some intel and insight. How do you overcome? How do you overcome that?
Right. Okay.
Because I noticed somebody looking like, damn, I'm struggling with that as well.
Yeah.
What does that look like? What strategies? Like, how do you yourself keep yourself away from that when it's you can literally get on Twitter X and it's right on the timeline.
Yeah, it's right there. Well, so one thing I did is
delete X. No,
I have done that.
Word.
Done that, but I brought it back because I like tweeting like my thoughts sometimes.
Hey, you gotta be careful. The algorithm get tricky.
Yeah, facts. But I went into the preferences, like the sensitivity preferences on Instagram. I put less. So it's like less
turn
sensitive.
all this shit off.
Yeah, less sensitive content. I got an app. It's called Brain Buddy. If you want to get that, it clocked the days that you've been off it. And you could write it's like victory letters and stuff like that. I got a book. It's called Fight the Beast. And yeah, bro, I try to just when I'm feeling the urge, I like go work out or take a walk, things like that. And I got a list of the way it makes me feel after, and then a list of how I feel when I'm not off it. So I got all the cons of after I do that, and I be like, no, I don't want to feel like that.
Gotcha.
'Cause I be feeling so good when I'm off it, bro. Like right now, I feel good. You know, it's like, and then when I do it, I just.
Yeah.
You're not thinking clearly. I'm not as witty. My energy it ain't hitting the same, bro. It ain't hitting the same. So, but yeah, first I educated myself on it. You know, knowledge is really power. So like now that I know this thing is bad for me and what it's doing to me, all right, now I got to do something. Now I got the confliction on me, and now I got to do better. Like you got to do better.
So what if I'm a pushback? What if the argument there's an argument out there where somebody says, "Man, nah, it helps you release. It keeps your brain clear," because you have people that say that like, "Oh no, this actually helps me not think about other shit or it's go chasing a mission." You know what I'm saying? Go shake the dice, you done. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about anything. Yeah. So for somebody that's in that situation and they're looking at it from the other perspective, is it just, hey, this journey just isn't for you, or it's a kind of like a one shoe fits all situation? Like, no, I think everybody needs to kind of explore eliminating this for their life.
Well, you know, everybody different. Like it might work for some people, but you know, I guess I would ask that person, man, have you seen the other side of this? Like, have you been off it and seen how you feel? And if it worked, bro, like work. I just and scientifically proven. Like these things I'm telling you is like scientifically proven, but you know there's outliers.
Got you.
But everybody gotta do the work for them, man.
Hey, just get to the other side either way, man.
I'm getting there. I feel like I'm there, bro. Like I'm there. Like I feel like I'm on like the victory lap right now, man. Rest in peace, Nip, man. Long live Nip. Hey, Danny, bro, you want to say something before we get off, bro?
It's actually about to close out right now.
Okay,
the time's there, but
shout out Danny Major, man, in the building,
go.
man. I love you, bro. Thanks for shooting all my videos, bro, and just being a great friend.
Yo, pan over to him real quick. Just pan over to him, man. Shouts out to Danny. Shouts out to 40 C5. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, bro. Love you, bro.
Absolutely. Love you too, man. It's Homegrown. Chuck Dizzle, live and direct. We'll catch y'all next time. See Dizzle.